Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. James.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Look great today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. I typically work out before the show. So when I see you here, it's kind of like the first time I'm seeing you in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
All made up, pretty.
Yeah.
Ready to face the world. Mm-hmm. Making my way downtown across the fucking thing and doing stuff.
And saying hi and hugging people and slapping hands.
And I miss you. I don't know what the rest of that song is. Yeah.
Ooh, Terry Crews. We can't.
Eesh.
Is
that?
That's
that a
the
Terry
meat.
Crews
That's
thing?
the GIF. You guys know it.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a big Terry Crews guy.
Either is everybody else right now.
Well, look, he lost me when he sued a gay man for grabbing his dick at a party. You're Terry Crews, bro. You could have knocked him clean the fuck out. I know exactly who that agent is, too. That guy's ridiculously harmless. He's at a party. You're getting wet. Yeah. Sometimes your dick's going to get grabbed. Enjoy the moment.
Sure.
And then slap the shit out of him if you don't like it.
Sure.
Don't file a lawsuit.
Right.
Jesus Christ, man. You're Terry Crews. Terry Crews, dude. You could have ripped his head off, clean off his body, and punted it through the air.
Sure.
Like a Pat McAfee bomb down in the coffin corner in Colt Stadium. Nope. Didn't catch that reference.
Not going to go
How about this
anywhere.
reference?
Yeah.
Bill and Ted.
What about it?
Nah, they're having another excellent adventure, James.
They're facing the music. Now listen. They're facing the music.
They are.
What
are you staring
Gosh.
at? Yeah, no.
I'm staring at Bill and Ted.
Don't do it. What was
I'll
your
do whatever
thoughts?
I want, actually. We're not actually going down the road where you tell me what to look at and what not to look at.
All right.
Bill's
you get
up
easily
there.
distracted. Yeah, you can leave it. Actually,
So
pop
it's
that
like,
picture up.
look.
Pop that picture up, Giorgio.
The only thing I'm looking at is, here's the deal.
Oh.
Here's the deal.
This one hurt. This morning.
They look great.
For their age.
For their age
Yes.
in real life.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
The
man.
only mistake they're making is trying to dip back in, right? Like I've always said, I love a gracefully aging. Like when you look at Keanu Reeves, you're like, you look fucking great.
Yes.
And you can kind of say you look the same. You don't,
Yeah.
but he looks great.
Great for his age. Yeah.
Great for his age, aging gracefully.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The problem is
Other
you're
guy.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other guy looks great.
I always just call him the other guy, but
Alex
yeah.
something. I think he won an Oscar actually for a short film. I
That
know that
he-
sounds weird that he directed.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
so.
That makes sense.
And
He's in the Bitcoin world. He's
both
in the
of
tech
them.
world.
Is
yeah.
he really?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fuck. He's probably more loaded than
yeah.
Keanu.
Like they're both fine and bored, it seems. Like what was the purpose?
I'll tell you the purpose. So everywhere they go, it's still Bill and Ted, right?
Right.
So Keanu Reeves is like, fuck it, let's just do it, man. I don't really care. Keanu Reeves just doesn't give a shit about anything.
He doesn't, and I think he's gonna come off okay, and it might be kind of funny, but maybe I don't know.
This is a really hard one for me because I love that movie as a kid.
Yeah.
And to try to revisit characters 25 years later, because they're going to do it this Christmas with Top Gun as well. Top Gun was going to come out this summer, and that got pushed. But Top Gun is a character where you can age in that, and it's going to be fun.
And be an older, yeah.
To play these characters in your 50s, Alex Winter is 54. I think Canal is somewhere in that range as well. Mm-hmm. That's a hard one for me, where you're playing two little dum-dums in your 50s, because it's harder to go along for that ride. It was easier in their 20s because you're like, oh, I know guys like that, and that's fine.
For sure.
It was kind of depressing to see, and I think this movie is probably going to bomb. And it sucks to say, but
I'm going to have to give it a chance.
But will you go see it in theaters?
No.
Okay. So.
But I'll definitely watch it, and I'll give it a chance because
when?
I have to know. I don't know.
Probably 9 months later when it's on HBO, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And the problem with it is this is a big summer blockbuster is what they're billing this as.
Okay. So
will this bring asses to the seats and bring people back into movie theaters? I don't know. It was tough to watch, man, the trailer. Because, again, both guys, for their age, look fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Amazing. But it would be like me trying to go back and do the fucking new guy at my age right now. You know, it'd just be like, hey, yeah, Ross looks all right for his age, but he shouldn't be doing that shit.
Right.
It's tough. It's a tough one, especially with those characters.
Yeah.
If they were parents and they had 2 kids,
sure.
and the kids were going on the adventure, maybe, I don't know.
I know, but like, you wouldn't be into that either. You know what I mean? So I think in the many talks that they had about doing this, I'm sure that was thrown out there where it's like, let's get the younger version. Let's get this YouTube star, this Glee star, whatever, and we'll, bring it, do a revamp, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were like, sure, that's been done.
They could have got that Corey Monteith kid before he OD'd to play a young Keanu Reeves, you know?
Yeah.
But it's tough because there's 2 movies right now that are coming out in theaters guaranteed. And theater owners need it. Not only does Hollywood need it, theater owners need it. And they need people to come back. I'm not sure if people are ready to go sit in theaters. Because I'm still seeing bullshit on the news about the coronavirus and, the numbers are up and there's been a spike. Like I saw the thing last night. It was on ABC News with David Muir. You're all in danger. You're all going to die, but I'll save you because I'm David Muir. And he was talking about a record spike in Texas. And I looked at it. It was like 1,600 cases, right? Cases, not deaths. There is 30 million people in the state of Texas. 30 million. 1,600's not a lot of people to have the fucking virus.
To have it, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of 30 million people that live in Texas, don't fucking scare us with your bullshit. I hate it.
Right.
But the 2 movies that are out there, and again, because everybody's probably still afraid, or half the people are Bill and Ted, and then Christopher Nolan's new movie.
Which is?
I believe it's called Tenet.
Okay.
It's a strange one because I don't know who the leads are. You'd have to be Christopher Nolan to pull off shit like that, where it's just like, hey, here's a lead that you don't know. Is it called Tenet? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. TENET. And it looks cool. The trailer's awesome. I don't recognize anybody in it. But it's got Robert Pattinson in it. Yikes. You lost me at Robert Pattinson. Denzel Washington's kid is in it. He's great, actually. And he's the one that's most dominant in that trailer. Michael Caine's in it. Michael Caine's in it.
Wow.
Kenneth Branagh. Maybe I was wrong. There's a lot of people. not like namey, where you're like DiCaprio.
Sure.
Like DiCaprio did in, Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
That I think is coming out. I want to say 4th of July. Scroll up real quick there on the old IMDb'sers. July 17th. So that's coming to theaters on July 17th. These are the only 2 movies that I know of that are coming to theaters. This weekend is Pete Davidson's movie, The King of Staten Island, but they moved it to on demand.
Yeah.
So it is not going to any theaters whatsoever. It is completely going to be on demand. So we'll see how that works out. I'll be watching it this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a peek-sees.
Me too.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, you're watching it by yourself. Okay.
You might be sleeping,
Yeah.
I might have to pop her on up. But
Okay.
I'm gonna check that out, and I think that movie was moved right on the cusp of all of this shit because you were still in the coronavirus. There wasn't the riots yet. There wasn't millions of people out in the street. But I think having the knowledge they have now, they might have gone back and said, let's just push this a few weeks and put it in theaters. Because I think if you're going to do a comedy, I would trust Judd Apatow more than the third Bill and Ted, which is 25 years later.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
kind of dicey. Kind of dicey. But speaking of Robert Pattinson, he is playing Batman now.
Yes.
Huh. Just going to go ahead and do that? You going to take that from Affleck?
What do you mean take it from Affleck?
Take it from Big Ben.
Affleck gave it up.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Affleck was fucking done with Batman.
I heard there was like some cuts of the movie that he had seen of the Batmans that he wished were released. And one of his posts on Instagram was release the Zack Snyder cut. I don't know what that means, but apparently there's another version of the movie that he was really happy with. And the studio went back in and cut it. And I think maybe that might have pushed him to be like, fuck you guys, man. I'm done with this. So they get Robert Pattinson. I don't know who Robert Pattinson's agent is, but congratulations. That guy is the greatest agent on the face of the planet.
Sure.
There's not many more overrated actors than Robert Pattinson. And
that's fair.
Who are able to pull off like demand bullshit that should not exist in the world. Like, he's not working out for Batman. Not going to do it, he says. Not going to work out for Batman. I don't want to set a bad precedent for the rest of the people who are going to play Batman after me that you feel like you have to work out. What? You're fucking Batman, bro. It's Batman. You're a superhero. If I wanted a fucking average hero or a mediocre hero on my screen, then yeah, don't work out.
Right.
If I wanted a fucking heroin chic superhero, then yeah, that would be rad. You know, if I wanted a fucking extra in a Pearl Jam video from 1994, it'd be great. That's the Batman that I would look for. You might as well wear a fucking flannel around the goddamn bat suit. If you don't want to work out, and you can wear some ripped up jeans over it, and instead of driving a Batmobile, just drive an old Volkswagen. Figure it the fuck out, you know?
Right.
Lonely. Is fucking Eddie Vedder going to do the whole soundtrack? What's going to happen, Robert? What else did you ask for? You piece of shit. Not a big fan of that guy.
Sure.
And he's weird looking. There's a weird look to him. He shot his own cover for GQ.
He's like a model. He's a model.
He's got a weird overbite. Yeah, pop that picture up right there. That exact picture. That's one of the shots he took.
Sure.
You know? Look at that guy. Is that up on screen right now, Giorgio? God damn it, man. Take a sweet peeksies at Homeboy.
Yeah.
That's going to be that crazy uncle who's, you know, always drinking Malbec.
Right.
Oh, I only want a Malbec at Thanksgiving. I've got a whole wine cellar. What's in it? Only Malbecs.
Batman.
Yeah, it's Batman.
That's Batman for
you. There he is.
There he is.
Now, if he was the Joker, sure, maybe.
Right.
Thin, gaunt, pale. Maybe the fucking Joker.
Ooh, that's a question. Like, who would dare take on the Joker now after Phoenix?
Well, so
do you know what I mean?
I'm glad you asked, because I heard there's a Joker Part 2 in the works with Joaquin Phoenix.
Has to be.
But there's still another part of that universe of Batman, so there's going to have to be another Joker. And I heard fucking Jared Leto was supposed to get his own Joker movie.
I know, but my gosh, there's
we're all done with that, right?
way that can actually happen, right?
I think we're all done with that one.
No one. I don't know if I know anyone that liked that Joker.
No, I didn't. I didn't at all. And we saw it in theaters. And I'm not a big superhero guy, but I will always go and check out the Joker and see what people are trying to do with that character.
Sure.
And after we got out of the theater, we did a show the next day, and I said, Joaquin Phoenix just won the Oscar.
Yeah.
And that was 8 months in advance of him winning the Oscar. It was that easy, where you're just like, all right, cool, man. But yeah, Jared Leto. We had a guy on Drinkin Bros who was in Suicide Squad with him, and I asked him, I was like, what was Jared Leto's bullshit on that movie?
Right.
And he goes, he didn't really hang out with most of us or whatever. And he goes, the scenes he was in, it was fun to see him interact, but like he mostly just hid in his trailer and all that shit. So it was pretty funny to hear like an on the set story of, because we read those articles and you and I were making fun of him, where it was like he was sending octopus heads to people and shit like that on set is like to be in character or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
all the stuff that you don't need to do. I got in a big debate with my friends on the porch recently about that. Of just like, dude, like you don't need to do all that stuff.
Who were the friends
I'd venture
on the porch?
to say Maddie.
Oh, okay.
And her sister and their husbands. Where they're just like, yeah, but they just take it really seriously. And I'm like, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Oof. Maddie's worked on one of my films. Like, I don't do that. I don't put up with that shit.
No.
I hate it so much. There's no reason for it. There's no reason to ever be method. Yeah.
Oh, what brought it up was Andy. What was the Jim and Andy?
Oh, God.
Just like, he just completely terrorized.
Man on the Moon doc, yeah.
That entire set from top to bottom, ruined days, lost money. For what?
I don't know.
Because you couldn't just go show up to your job and do your job.
Be a good actor.
Daniel Day-Lewis eating bone-dry pancakes every day. No,
another story.
No.
He was Abraham Lincoln.
He didn't have to do all that.
There's a difference in pretending to be someone and actually being them. DDL is Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
There's no way you can convince me that wasn't Abraham Lincoln. When DDL enters the room, he is that human, and that's it. But he's also been living that life for 9 years, and we didn't get to see his backstory on that,
Sure.
Did you hear the stories on There Will Be Blood?
No.
He built like some fucking oil tower in his backyard and was sleeping underneath it, like on the ground for like
months. I think it was like 3 months.
Something ridiculous. Eating bone dry steak.
Bone dry steak, no seasoning. Had to.
DDL is that fucking dude. Is that him now? Is that Daniel Day-Lewis now? Pop him up. I didn't know he was tatted up like that. Fuck you. What a pimp that guy is.
Now he's just living his pimp life.
Yeah,
dude.
man. I've never known if he was
pimp life.
fully straight or not. But hey, good on him. Good on him for his whole shit.
Yeah.
He just disappears too, man. Like I've never seen him out. That's the first picture I've seen him out.
Look at that pimp.
Look at that fucking pimp. Right now, see, so is that picture up with the dog? No. Put the picture up with the dog right now. I want to ask you a question about this picture.
Sure.
Which one is the real dog? One would say Daniel Day-Lewis is being that dog right now, and you don't even fucking know it, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
I do know.
That would be the best thing ever if like the new Air Bud came out, like it was remade, and they were like, man, who played the dog? And then you just scroll through the credits, and it was like, oh shit, it was Daniel Day-Lewis that was Air Bud? Mm-hmm. God damn it, he's a great actor.
Right. Right. That would be great.
And the award for Best Actor film, Daniel Day-Lewis is Air Bud.
Yeah.
He's the best there ever is. He's the best there ever was, man. I love him.
It's true. Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
But good for him.
Good for him. I heard a weird story last night, and I wanted to check in with you on this one because you watched this show.
Okay.
Insecure?
Yes.
Okay. Did you watch the last season of it?
No.
There is this mystery that is going around the internet that no one can figure out, including Issa Rae.
Okay.
So Donald Trump obviously is on Twitter all goddamn day long, right? From morning till night. There is no break in his Twitter game. He has 82 million followers. Mm-hmm. He has only liked one tweet in his entire career. Just one.
In his entire career?
Yes.
Okay.
One tweet. He's only liked one tweet on Twitter in his entire career thus far as a president.
Okay.
One. It is a Black Lives Matter. That is the name of the Twitter name. It is at Shining Heaux, Heaux. It is from June 7th of last year. And it says, "This is how I wanted tonight's episode of Insecure to end. Damn, Molly." And it's a picture of it appears to be, it's a gif of Oprah and the color purple, like doing patty cake with another girl in the fields.
Okay.
No one can figure out, including Issa Rae herself, why this is his only liked tweet. And it is from June 7th of...
Was it an accident?
No one knows. But here's the thing. He's the master of social media. The guy that's running his campaign is only a social media guy. He has no experience like at rallies or anything like that. Why is this the one tweet that you liked? Is he an Insecure fan? So everybody's trying to figure this out. No one has the answer for it. Is he a gigantic Insecure fan? Issa Rae even posted about it. She goes, "What the fuck?" Like, and there's all these comments of like, is the president a giant Insecure fan? Like, why is this his only liked tweet?
He's a troll.
But this is how I wanted tonight's episode of Insecure to end? What? It's the strangest thing. No one has an answer for it. And I'm endlessly fascinated. Once I saw this story last night, I was like, this can't be true. And the guy who wrote the article screenshotted the tweet and he goes, look, go to his Twitter account before it's erased.
Right.
But it's so odd. It's so odd. I don't know. People love that show, though.
I have no answer for that. Yeah.
People love it. We had Neil Brown Jr. From Insecure on,
it's a great show.
3 weeks ago.
She's amazing.
That's what everybody says. So, like, is he a fan? I don't know. I don't know what he does behind closed doors, but so strange for a guy that spends that much time on Twitter and social media to only like one tweet, and that is the only tweet. And it's still there. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. And I watched this unfold last night when this article came out, and everybody was like, man, what is the deal? Like, no one can figure it out. No answers for it.
I don't have any.
Did you watch this last season of Insecure?
No.
Okay. Because I was like, man, maybe it has something to do with how it ended, obviously.
Well, it was June 7th of last year, right?
Yeah.
So
it appears
after that season? I did watch that season, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But,
don't know.
Yeah, you can pop it up on screen.
Don't know. Really don't know.
No one does.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird, right? Fucking shout out my book, for Christ's sakes. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would go gangbusters. Yeah. We're going to have a weird show today, I feel like. We got a crime corner coming up at the end of the show. How do you feel about it, Japes?
I feel good. A couple people have sent it to me.
Okay.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Is it really?
We'll go through it together.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We'll investigate together.
We will investigate together. Jabes. Yeah, man, there's a lot of strange shit going on in the world. Dan had it yesterday on Drinkin Bros. Dan had it with the world. And I wanted to bring this up with you today because he had said something yesterday on air that you had been saying for like the last week. I've never heard him this frustrated, and I go, what's going on today? That old head of yours, that old dome of yours.
Sure.
And he goes, I'm exhausted. And I was like, oh, you've been working out, you've been running or whatever. And he goes, no. And he goes, I'm exhausted by the news. He goes, I just can't take any more news from all of these sides going against each other. He goes, it seemed positive for about 3 or 4 days, and then after that, everything kind of returned to whatever. We were talking about the Kente thing yesterday with the Democrats and all that shit. People trying too hard but not really doing anything.
Right.
X, Y, and Z. And I go, it's funny, man. Jessie said the same thing. She's just exhausted by the news. And I think it's the same thing where there's not enough distractions with other things that are in the world.
Yes.
Because right now the world is just jammed in your face and you don't have your favorite things going on around you.
Because I'm not an avid news watcher or news believer.
Yeah.
Don't really like, reading or getting too many things in my brain.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of distractions like a girls' night, a
sports,
dinner, not sports, but like for me.
For you, yes.
Other things that you know, the news is scary, and I've never given it that much. I've never given it as much credit as I'm giving it now. And I have to, after a little bit, be like, step back and be like, all right, no, this is like, this is crazy. This isn't everything. This isn't life. This isn't what's going to happen. It's their headline. It's what they've got footage on. It's the angle that they're taking, and not, because we're not able to go out and actually see the world and see people. So you're in your house being like, is that how people are now? It's like, no, they aren't.
Strange, right?
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think about it out to the show, and I was like, you know, like bars aren't open still, right? So you're not able to go out and mingle with people and see what's going on or hear other people's conversations and what they're talking about or what they're not talking about. And, you know, you're still kind of at a quarter capacity or whatever the fuck the dumbass governor here has got it open at. Millions of people out in the streets, but by all means, keep the gyms closed.
Yeah.
Fucking dork. I hate Roy Cooper. But, there isn't enough places yet that are fully open where you can mingle and walk around and do things and see other parts of the world or
meet
other
up
people
with
or
friends
humans.
for coffee, have a real conversation. All you're seeing is what people are saying on social media and what the news is telling you. And what you're, you know, talking about with your family. So we're not getting a real perspective of what people are thinking and the different opinions and the different angles and how different people are dealing with different things. How some people are having a positive experience or whatever. Like, you're only hearing and seeing. It's like you can 100%, as soon as you turn it on, COVID cases. Protest numbers. Like, and then whatever else they want to try and cobble together as a story. Beyond that.
I was watching, peeped out Tucker Carlson last night because, again, the only thing is on is fucking news, right? And I'll try to flip around at least to try to get opinions from everybody. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, whatever's on, whoever's got an interesting take on something.
Right.
Last night it just happened to be Tucker Carlson, where he had said something last night that he's getting torched for today that I had said on the show a couple of days ago. I said, look, you're going to be in this thing now with like the Leah Michelle thing where all these people are going to come out against you. Everyone, including myself, everyone, and say you're racist and all this other shit and bring up things from the past. And he goes, you know what? Hold strong in your beliefs. If you were a true racist, yes, you should be called out and executed. But he goes, there's going to be a lot of cases where you're just throwing that term around where it's going to hurt a lot of people for your own cause and not necessarily the cause. And he goes, they're coming for you. And he goes, hold strong. If you're a terrible person, yes, it will come out that you're a fucking horrible person. But he goes, if not, with like the Drew Brees sitch and everything else, he goes, hold strong in this because this is going to pass too. As far as this cancel culture and everybody coming after everybody. And of course, he got torched for it last night of Tucker Carlson's a racist. It's like, no, he's not fucking racist. But it's what's going on in the world today, and it's just jammed in your face all day long and X, Y, and Z. So
what's sad is we're going to see all this movement forward. Like, they're talking about a black bachelor and scrapping Claire Crawley's situation.
Really?
That Claire Crawley, she cannot catch a break,
if
right?
she gets off of that. This is, by the way,
we're done with the Me Too, I guess, and we're moving on.
We are.
Yeah. No, that's not a thing.
It's so stupid. By the way, if you don't know this story, this girl is, what, 38 years old?
38. She's been through the Bachelor machine for a while and hasn't quite gotten... She's gotten close, but never quite gotten either picked or whatever. And so they were going to move forward some kind of... diversity with an older lady, and they thought they were doing great. And so COVID happens. They couldn't film her season. Then protests happen. Now I think they're going to have to go with
someone black.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that girl. She's going to get, she's never going to get married.
I know.
Yeesh.
That
could be the end of her
reign. the point of that was that it's sad to me that people are going to start making strides forward and championing Black creators and Black businesses and ordering books from Black-owned bookstores, but then it'll just sort of trickle off and go back to the way it was, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's what people are doing now, but it doesn't feel like it's going to stick. It feels like one of the trends. It feels like COVID, then this, and then when things go back to normal, we'll just go right back to not supporting or championing, like...
You know who the first one's to...
And just be like, okay, well, we're done. We did it.
Yeah. You know who the first one's going to be to do it is Hollywood.
Yeah.
So Hollywood will flood you with all this shit for like a year, right? There will be Black cast for everything across the board. When they see those numbers come back, once they're not happy with that, they'll go back to the way they were. Hollywood will return to who they are.
Yeah.
And that's the honest truth about it.
Yeah.
There's been a great debate over Denzel Washington for years and years and years. In my opinion, he's probably, besides DDL, it's him and DDL who are probably the two best for me. I'll sit and watch any fucking Denzel Washington movie. I think he's one of the very best actors in the world. Him and Daniel Day-Lewis, I'm in. All the time, I don't give a shit what movie it is, I'm fucking in.
Sure.
And they were talking about his salary, specifically of why he hasn't been able to make, $20 to $30 million. He's kind of been stuck in this 10 to 15 million range his entire career. Okay. And they said, hey, your movies are bringing in X amount of dollars per movie. The guy, to his credit, never has any bombs, really.
Yeah.
But all of his movies end up making between like $85 to $90 million, and you can set your watch to it, right?
Right.
And the debate has been because of the American culture. Black people only make up about 13% of this country. Therefore, it'll never be like even Latinos. I mean, fucking Latinos make up more than the of our culture in the United States now, which is why like a Vin Diesel and a Fast and Furious, those goddamn things keep going forever, and he makes $30 million a movie. I don't even know if he's Latino. Nobody really knows what Vin Diesel is.
No, he's not.
He might be like Italian or something.
I think he is.
And who knows? He's like I can never tell with Vin Diesel. Who fucking knows? But with that, they will base it off of numbers. They will base it off of ratings. Hollywood will. We got it up on here. He never knew his biological father. His mother is white.
Okay.
And his adoptive father
all right.
is African American. His biological background. Diesel said he describes himself as definitely a person of color.
Okay.
He's a color. I don't know what it is. He could be anything. And that's probably why he works, right?
Yeah.
Because he blends in. But with that, with like the Denzel Washington, right? They will look at the numbers and then kind of base your salary on that. Same with these TV shows and everything else. So let's say they do have a Black Bachelor, right? God forbid it doesn't do well in Hollywood. Those motherfuckers will cut your throat immediately and go back to shit the way it was because it's all about money. They don't give a shit about agents, managers, executives. They don't give a shit about anything but the mighty dollar. And as soon as these things start tanking, because if you notice after the Me Too movement, they started to do all those female movies and all that other shit, and they bombed left and right. And there was a phrase behind the scenes in Hollywood called "Get woke, go broke." Right. Because the movies and the shows weren't doing well. You had the Roger Ailes. Remember there was the TV show with Russell Crowe on Showtime? Lowest rated show. Would it get 100,000 viewers? Yeah. And then you had the movie Bombshell that came out over Christmas and made $4 million. Hollywood will be the first one to do it, mark my words. As soon as ratings or something's not good enough for them, they're the ones that are going to be the first out. And shockingly, they're the ones that are first in all of these protests and all of this shit. Right. So that's what I think is going to happen, me personally. And I think that's the first group that's going to be out of it. I think most human beings walking around, this experience definitely has changed them. But you're not going to know it until everything is opened and you're able to go out and see people and talk to people and meet with strangers and all that stuff. But the Hollywood portrayal of it, I can promise you, they're going to be the first ones to go. And that's the way that fucking gig works with them.
Right.
They're fucking hypocrites. So, we'll see what happens. Now, there's a sex resort, Jabes, that I want to talk about next.
Sure.
Because we're getting weird today.
Okay.
There is a sex island resort that is promising unlimited romps with 100 girls at Las Vegas coronavirus party. Good Girls Company is advertising a sex island coronavirus party for June 19th through the 21st. Shit.
Oh, wow.
It's coming up quick.
Okay.
Which will cost... this is in euros or maybe English. What's the English dollar? What do you call that? The Queens? Queen bucks?
Pound?
Yeah, that's it. Pounds. There we go. For the promise of unlimited sex. I'm not sure how that's going to work. But I want to say congratulations for attempting this.
Yeah, so what is it?
You're going to be able to pay a fee. So in American dollars, it's $4,500.
Okay.
To get a spot.
And where is this?
They're going to pick you up in an airport and take you to a private location. They're not disclosing it.
Okay.
But all they're saying is, for that, it's 3 nights, 4 days. Participants will have the opportunity to have unlimited sex, with 2 girls, and they can swap girls with other sex seekers. Huh. That's a fun thing. So you kind of get to mix it up. Like you get to meet couples and all that shit. We should get Jared out on this goddamn thing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
For $4,500? Like, come on. That's like a fucking another day at the job for Jared.
Right.
I'm sure he bought a motorcycle this morning with a goddamn painted unicorn on it for $4,500.
Yeah.
We should get him out here. That's amazing. You've got to go private on something like this because I'd imagine there's some legality issues to that, right?
Sounds like it, yeah.
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 More and more, they're just going to these private islands for things. You know, the UFC is doing that as well.
Oh, really?
It's called Fight Island, and they're currently building a UFC facility on a private island. So in case anything like this ever goes down again, or fighters, Pits hot, yeah, for international, yeah. So you can get them there in and out, and there's going to be a fight island. Yeah, pop that picture up of Dana White right there. How dope does that look? So you can just fly in, land, and then fight on this island, and that's the shit that I want to see. Now we're starting to get into some Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome type of shit.
Sure.
So if you're having sex islands and fight islands, like, all right, maybe something did good come out of the coronavirus.
Maybe. Yeah.
I got to hit Jared up after the show. $4,500 for this, huh? And you get to swap.
Okay. Yeah.
We brought a girl on the cruise just to swap. Like, I don't even think, that wasn't his girlfriend or anything.
That he went with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
There's some people who were just down for that.
Yeah.
Who were just swappers. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the technical term.
Swingers?
Swingers, but swappers, like it was just like you bring them out to swap out,
Okay.
I don't know that they're necessarily like full swing. Isn't a full swinger like you have to be married and like into it, or it can just be kind of.
There's swinger parties.
No, I understand, but I thought it was married couples or couples that were together. What is it if you just bring a stranger?
Yeah, you have to be with someone, but they're not going to check your marriage certificate or background. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I would classify that as a swapper, and then a swinger should be if you were married.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I remember my first experience of learning about what swingers parties were. Was do you remember that movie Ice Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember there was a swinger scene at the end of Ice Storm with. I think was it Kevin Kline was the dad in that movie?
Ice Storm?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tobey Maguire. It was like an Oscar movie.
Oh, okay.
I think Katie Holmes was in it, and I think it was Kevin Kline. Google the movie Ice Storm. I think it was Kevin Kline, who I don't know what he's been in since this, but this was a big movie. Yeah. Who was the dad? Was it? Yeah, it was Kevin Kline. And that's right. Sigourney Weaver was in that. And I felt so uncomfortable, like, because I was like, you hear about it, right? We put your keys in a fishbowl. And they did it in the movie.
Yeah.
And then you saw, he was married to Sigourney Weaver in the movie. And then you saw them split off and like how uncomfortable both of them were.
Right.
Before they went and swapped out. And yeah, that was kind of the first time I learned about it. And the weird thing is they're both boning other people and then their kid dies in a fucking river. Yeah.
While they're boning other people?
It was a hardcore drama.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a great movie, actually. Ang Lee was the director. Yeah, it was a fantastic movie. That's where I learned about swinging for the first time. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a real thing. I'd heard stories about it, but, you know. I think that mostly passed after the 70s were over.
Yeah.
But I will say this. If you're out there and you're looking to swing, there's no better mattress to do it on than a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 25% off everything in the entire store right now. If you get a mattress, you get 2 free pillows with it, Jabes.
Yes.
Swinging in a ghost bed. That'd be fun. Especially if you get that adjustable base. So you can remote it up. Boop, boop. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Maybe get a whole room or a whole house full of ghost beds with adjustable bases. And you can hit those remotes over and over again. Just hear that. Beep, boop. It's like that Roddy Ricch song, The Box, dude. And then it's just, boom, going up.
Yeah.
In the ghost bed. From ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. As always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, which is still applicable. No interest on that. It's still applicable with the 25% off deal right now. Everything in the entire store. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today in case that deal goes away. Next up, James, we got Postmates.
Ooh, perfect.
Perfect.
Might use it later tonight.
Are you? What are you going to get?
I don't know.
What are you going to get? You feeling flirty?
Feeling a little flirty. Maybe I'll get some Mediterranean.
Ah, from where?
I don't know.
Do we have a Mediterranean place right now?
Peño.
Is it? Yeah, technically.
It's what we have, so it's what we're gonna. It's what we're gonna go with.
I think it's the only one we have, right?
Yeah.
And it's in a strip mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a chain, I think.
Straight from the Mediterranean.
Yes.
Peño. Big fan of that. Can you get that Postmated to your house?
Yes, you can.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Postmates really does it. If you have one of those other bullshit apps, go get the Postmate app. Promo code REVOLUTION will get you $100 in free delivery fees. Whew. That's a big deal there. That's a big, big savings. You can get cigarettes, dip, liquor, booze. Mm-hmm. You can get some barefoot wine. Do whatever you want there.
Ugh.
I think that should be a Postmates challenge. Like, who can get the most fucked up shit ordered to their house in their city?
Ooh.
That'd be a good one.
Try it out, guys.
I think the best
Let
one
us
to do
know.
The best one to do is probably LA.
Yeah.
Because you can get liquor in the grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can send somebody to the grocery store.
You can get liquor, condoms,
anything.
cigarettes.
Whew. You name it in LA.
And corn cob, probably.
Yeah, corn on the
Delivered.
cob.
Mm-hmm.
Some sweet Jersey corn. Some sweet Jersey corn.
Right.
Delivered to your house. Go to Postmates app. Download it today. Promo code REVOLUTION, $100 in free delivery fees. Next up, we got Keeps.com/revolution.
This is important.
It is. Keep the hair that you got, kids. There's a reason. I got a salad. Fucking salad underneath here. Mm-hmm. Tossed. You got a tossed salad.
What?
Maybe the wrong words to use there, but
You have a tossed salad underneath where?
Underneath my hat right now.
Oh, your hat.
Wrong choice of words there, kids.
Yeah,
I apologize for that. Apologize to all the grandmothers that are listening at home who are thinking I was talking about eating some buttholes. I was not. I was talking about the hair on my head is currently underneath my hat. Keep what you got from Keeps.com.
All the grandmothers, huh?
/revolution. A lot of grannies listen to this show.
Yeah.
A lot of grannies out there listening to this show. It's one of those products where my friends were using it. And if you're, look, anybody over the age of 25, if you want to keep the hair you have, go to Keeps.com /revolution. They'll mix up a concoction for you and send it to your house. 30 days, free trial. It's free. So you can see if it's working. If it isn't, you can fucking ship it back. Do whatever you want. You can take a picture of your middle finger and ship that back with it and be like, man, I lost some follicles this month, Keeps. But you won't, man. Right now, there's a special offer at keeps.com/revolution. You can receive that first month for free. For totally, absolutely 100% free. That's Keeps, KEEPS.com /revolution. And you can get on it now. They said in their ads, they were saying 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35 years old. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Most of my friends are
at least you're going to
losing their shit.
Thin a little bit.
Yeah. For sure. I've always had a 5 head, but that's kind of a lifetime issue. That's what I'm worried about, you know?
Yeah.
I want to keep that at a 5 head, not a 6.
Right.
Whew. Start putting that extra dig on there. It looks weird, doesn't it? Last but not least, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinker.
Shabloink, son. Strikeforce. You know I've had it today. God damn it. You know I've had it today. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can stare right down the barrel in my eyes, and you know I've had at least 2 of these today. Whoopsies. Strikeforce Energy's got 4 amazing flavors: grape, lemon, orange, and ridge. Do not attempt to use it as any form of lubrication. I got a message from a listener who said that they had tried that. It is real sticky, and you're going to have a hard time getting it out of your pubic hair. I'm not going to say who you were, but I read your message, and I responded politely and said,
but
I shouldn't do that again.
We've been saying for years,
yes,
not
do not use it as lubrication.
We used to do a big disclaimer.
Huge disclaimer.
Thought we didn't have to anymore.
Thought we didn't have to, but we are now. So
thought that was done.
Do not use it as lubrication. Will it give your penis energy? Maybe, but you're gonna have a hard time sticking it in something that's real sticky. It's got to go just in a little bottle like this. Tasty, tiny little tin pouch. Squeeze it in. Boom, boom. Couple squirts, you're good to go. Again, in a bottle, not in your hand. Lasts longer than 5-hour energy, and they ship it right to your house. Shit's the fucking best. I've had it for 4 years now, 4.5 years. God damn, I've been drinking this shit a long time. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. Promo code REVOLUTION. Get you 20% off, James. We've never come out of the sponsors with a goddamn crime corner. Let's do that today.
Let's do it.
Crime corner.
This is an oldie but a goodie. I don't know why people have been sending me this all of a sudden, but we'll go through it. Maybe we can figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
So lightsaber attack in Toys R Us.
Oof.
Okay, so a man is arrested after trying to bat off a taser with Star Wars replica toy. And it worked.
It did work.
The dark side of the Force is strong with this one. Now, you'll notice because it's in a Toys R Us, it's vintage, right?
Right.
Vintage.
Right. Yeah.
We know that those aren't around anymore,
no,
sadly.
Went out of business last year.
So a Star Wars fan that went on a rampage with a lightsaber in Oregon has been arrested after allegedly assaulting 3 people in the U.S. Thankfully, he was brandishing a regular lightsaber, just a toy version. Thankfully, he didn't have a real lightsaber. It was just a toy.
Sure.
If it was a real lightsaber, we would have all been in trouble,
People
right?
lost their
and
arms
again,
and
I
shit.
have not seen this movie, so I don't actually get any of the references. But it's fun anyways, because I know that a good portion of people have seen it, right?
Sure.
Star Wars, that's the movie, right? Yeah. A couple of people have seen it.
A couple, yeah.
So the police were called to the Toys R Us in Portland after reports that a 33-year-old had swung the replica laser sword at customers. Officers caught up with the man in the store parking lot where they made an unsuccessful attempt to bring his Death Star tumbling down. Again, I don't understand any of these references. So they tried tasering him, and he actually batted away the taser, arms,
Sure.
the like string that comes out. He yeah. So he like lightsabered them away.
Look at that.
And broke one of the taser wires.
That's great. Who was trying to tase him? The police?
Yeah.
Okay. How hard? Like, let me ask you. So he assaulted 3 people, right? It's plastic. I've seen those replicas. I think I bought my child one.
If there's a good one though, like a really like movie quality one,
right?
They could really do some damage.
You think you do some damage with that?
I think so.
Okay.
The cops were eventually able to wrestle the struggling suspect to the ground as he yelled incoherently.
Yeah.
It is believed that the man will face criminal charges after he undergoes a mental evaluation, which I think is probably...
they put that fucker on a 5150.
I would, wouldn't you?
No.
No,
I don't
normal behavior.
Yeah, could have got set off.
Yeah.
By something. Fridays used to do this back in the day. When there was a Toys R Us, Fridays used to do this endless appetizers thing. A couple people bitched that it did end. So maybe that's what happened to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was getting those mott sticks. And they were like, no more mott sticks for you.
Sure.
You're all done.
Right.
So, Oh, shit. One would think you would be able to subdue him without having to use a taser. I mean, it's just a plastic lightsaber, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't... He could have been a little bit crazy, out of control. Probably scary.
Was there a pic of him in there?
No.
No pic. All right.
No pic, yeah.
All right. Anybody think to use a lightsaber against him?
Oh, interessant.
Go full on movie and say, hey, look, if I win, you're going to put down the sword, and if not, or the lightsaber. If not.
Oh, is that him?
Oh, there we go. We got a guy. Oh, pop him up on the screen. He looks angry,
After
actually.
lightsaber attack, yeah.
Yeah. Pop his face up on the screen. Now, this guy, all right, looking at him right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that dude.
He's wielding.
That's a little much. I was expecting it to be like a pudgy, 19-year-old in some form of cloak.
No, yeah.
Now, this guy definitely looks like a serial killer. He doesn't have any meth features, though. So who knows, man?
Yeah, he just, and I blame Star Wars. Again, I don't really know, but...
Does he have kids? That could be part of it.
What?
If he has kids, maybe he was buying the lightsaber for his kid, and then he snaps, Somebody said the wrong thing to him.
Okay. I mean, you can't do that, though, still. Like I know you're trying to explain, but...
James.
You can't really do that.
I'm in a forgiving mood today.
Sure.
And,
sure.
I'm willing to give people second chances. If he's sabing people, is that what they call it? When you use a lightsaber against somebody? Sabin?
Sabering.
Sabering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd go with sabin. Kind of shorten it a little bit more.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
take off
you
that
don't
ER.
know. Yeah, you don't know what. No one would know what you're talking about.
If you're saving people, you don't know. Yeah.
No, because they'd be like,
save a life.
Yeah, they'd be like, are you saying save?
Save, yeah.
Are you saying save?
Save. No.
Oh, save.
S-A-B-E, yeah. Save. You gonna save that dude?
No.
Save him, dude.
No. No.
The last thing I want to chat about today was whenever like weird shit goes on that's trending, you're always like, oh, fuck, what now? Right?
Yeah.
Like people, celebrities' names or whatever. I was like, who's going to be canceled next and why?
True.
There's been a bunch of weird like celebrities over the last couple of days. And it turns out somebody was asking like the question. And it always started with like somebody weird too that you just don't know. And they post it and it just fucking blows up for whatever reason. The one that's been going around the last day and a half is, what celebrity death in your lifetime has hit you the hardest?
Oh, we know the answer.
I know yours, obviously. Right. But the ones that were trending and the most popular were kind of surprising to me.
Like what?
Amy Winehouse.
I mean, okay.
It's strange, right? Where it was like, we all knew she was going to die.
Yeah.
That was the least shocking thing that happened to me when I was just like, oh, yeah.
I would say Prince or Kobe for you.
Probably Kobe because he was younger. Like Kobe for me, where it was just like he was very young.
Yeah.
Prince was at least 58, I think. So it was shocking. Don't get me wrong. But everybody knows I love Prince, but Kobe was so young and he just retired, and you were like, man.
What was the other one?
He was visible.
Yeah.
Like he was still out and about, where Prince would just kind of pop up places, and you're like, all right, sweet. Prince is being Prince, right?
Sure.
Some of the other ones were Robin Williams.
Okay. Yeah.
That was and I was like, oh shit, I forgot, It was a weird one. Remember he just went, like, hung himself in, like, the middle of the afternoon at his house?
Oh, man, I fucking... Not that I forgot, but...
I did. I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Robin Williams is the best to ever do it. A lot of people message me all the time and ask me who my favorite comedian is or what I think is the best of all time. It's fucking Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He's the best. And I know every comedian will say Richard Pryor, but because of the because of how versatile Robin Williams was, he's my guy.
Right.
It's just like, that fucking dude could do everything. Stand up. He was a lights out actor, not only in comedy but and drama.
No, that's true. That's
Good
true.
Will Hunting was on the other day, and I popped that on. If I see that in my guide on the old cable television, I'm the only one that still has it. I'll pop that on. Now it's in HD too, where you're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
He's still great.
So good.
He's still so fucking good. So I was happy to see him trending in it, but I was surprised at some of the others.
Who?
Chester Bennington was up there. Like, he was pretty high up in the charts from Linkin Park.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Linkin Park, and I thought they were a great band, but that's not the first celebrity that I would necessarily think of.
Right.
When I went to it. Chris Cornell was on there. And I was like, all right, yeah, Chris Cornell was...
Suicides as well, like,
rad,
really hit us hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Hanging yourself.
Yes.
For us, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to take. Whereas, like, someone died. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's just so shocking, and you're left with questions.
Yeah.
Only.
I'll read off a few of the others here that are trending. Somebody's got Michael Jackson's on there, obviously. Well, I wasn't surprised by his death. I was like, all right, yeah.
Nor was I affected.
No, we all know that. You've always hated Michael Jackson. Always. And what's weird is, like, the audience turned on you, and then after that doc came out, people praised your name. And they were like...
There's still people that don't, though. There's still people that are... You know what I mean? Still people that will not hear it, and that's fine.
Aaliyah is on this list, where...
Okay. Yeah.
Hers was a plane crash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very young too. Like, that's another one where
very
you're like,
young.
Dang, like.
Yeah, but I don't know what would have. I don't know how famous she would have gone on to be. I think hers is because she was so young, kind of in the Kobe vein, where it was just like.
Yeah.
Mac Miller was on here. Mac Miller was a tough one for me. I love Mac Miller, and that was a weird one for me. It was just like so out of the blue. Corey Monteith, shit, we were just talking about him earlier.
Okay.
From Glee.
Yeah. That
wasn't really my generation.
That was a weird one.
Bourdain's on there, obviously. Your boy.
Obviously, I can't believe it wasn't number one.
Your boy. Some people have Carrie Fisher on here. And Leonard Nimoy. Dude, Spock was old as shit.
Bro.
Like, come on, man. That's not... You surprised by that? It's like saying you were surprised that Kirk Douglas died.
I was just going to say.
The Carrie Fisher one wasn't shocking to me either. She raged, man.
She raged well past. She was in extra innings, and she even knew it herself.
Yeah.
She was like, bro, I should have died a long time ago. Just keep going.
Phil Hartman was on this list.
Okay. That one was shocking, too. The manner of death is another thing that is part of it, right? Mm-hmm. Where you're like, you're fucking shot by...
Yeah, your wife. Craziness. And I think Phil Hartman's on this list because for whatever reason, there has been like... I've seen 2 different documentaries about Phil Hartman on television. There was the 2020 one.
Yeah.
Remember that one? And there was the one on... what is it? The ID channel?
Investigation Discovery?
Whatever
I guess. Yeah.
You were like, what are you watching? And I was like, man, I didn't know how crazy this fucking story was.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know the Phil Hartman, the full extent of that whole shit. That was
And I think it's
so
the
weird.
idea that everyone kind of knew his home situation that he worked with and everything, and was like scared for him for a while, and was like, there you go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we knew something like, we were scared something like this was going to happen.
Right.
And it did.
Right.
I think that's pretty shocking too, because then people are left with feeling bad about not doing more and things like that. Right?
Yeah, the weird one about the Phil Hartman thing, and I didn't know this until after watching that doc, was the kids were in the house sleeping. And I was like, not only did she shoot him, but she shot herself. And the kids were sleeping. And yeah, like 4 a.m. I don't know what has happened to those children since, and they weren't a part of these interviews.
No.
But that has got to be the worst thing ever. And
ever.
For whatever reason, maybe it's been an anniversary of like 20 years or something. I don't know. But 2 of those documentaries have popped up. So yeah, man. Strange. Some of our listeners are writing in right now. Harambe, obviously Tyler Swank. I get that.
We get it.
I live that every day.
Biggie.
Biggie. Let's see. Biggie wasn't shocking to me because Tupac was first.
So you kind of knew that was going to happen?
I figured it would, where I was just like, man, there's too much going on here. Like, I figured it would happen.
Right.
But it was tragic, obviously. But yeah. I figured it would happen. Because there's people that, look, you and I did a show where we were marking people for death.
On a death list, yeah.
Yeah, and one of our sponsors on Drinkin Bros, mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposits, has a celebrity death list where they've matched celebrities against each other on who's going to die first. It's a super long game worth of betting.
Sure.
But you can go through it, and there is, I want to say 50 celebrities on that list to go head-to-head. One of them was Trump versus Putin. So there's some fun ones on there where you're like, oh, all right, cool. Then there's some creepy ones.
Right.
Like Demi Lovato's on there. There's some young people on there.
Yeah.
Just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeesh. I don't know about that one.
Heath Ledger.
Ah, yeah, that was a shocking one.
That was a shocking one. Chris Farley for some.
Farley was not for me. I was not shocked by Farley.
We kind of knew that was going to happen.
He raged. Yeah. That one didn't shock me at all. Now, the autopsy photo shocked me.
Why?
Oof. Good. Don't put it up here.
Yeah.
Giorgio. I don't know where your fucking mind's at. I'm giving you a heads up. Don't put this on screen. There is you're going to Sex Island. There is a autopsy photo of Chris Farley that is, or at the scene where they found him. It is, I'll never get that image out of my head. It's disgusting. But his death was not shocking to me.
Right.
Whereas, some of the others, you're like, all right, yeah, shit. Like Bowie. Remember when David Bowie died? It was just like, oh, cancer? I didn't even know he had cancer. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Just didn't say anything. Didn't say shit about it.
Roger.
Oh, Rogers! Kenny Rogers, yes.
How did you not say Rogers?
Here's why I didn't say Rogers. He was old, and we had watched that interview of him talking about, like, hey, man, I have young kids, and my biggest regret is that I'm not going to see them get to grow older because I was a late father with some of them.
So he kind of knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look back at when Kenny Rogers checked out, you knew when to fold him, for sure.
For sure.
On this whole bullshit year.
Oh, yes.
Hopefully the fall can save us and turn it around, but if it doesn't, Rogers knew when to get the fuck out of here, for sure.
For sure. And 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Blammo.
I almost think there can't be a better ending to the show than that. What I can say is go to iTunes, rate Ross Patterson Revolution a 5-star and leave a quick review. It helps scoot us on up the charts, and hammer the like button on YouTube. We are under Drinkin Bros Podcast on YouTube. All of our media network shows are on there. Drinkin Broettes, which, James, do you have an episode out tonight?
Wednesday
nights.
Yep.
8 o'clock. Drinkin Broettes is on there. Savage Saturdays is on there. Drinkin Bros and Drinkin Bros Sports is all encompassed underneath that channel on the YouTubes. And thanks for joining us. Weird show today.
Weird show.
I liked it.
August Ames was on here.
August Ames, that's right. My porn star.
August.
Oh, I hate August.
August.
August. You know I hate when porn stars die.
Oof. It's a shame.
Nothing makes me more full of tears than up in a small erection. Yes, it's an erection first before the tears, but you know, you got to remember the good times first before you remember the bad. And that's my advice to you out there, America. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.